You bought them a luxury cat bed. You stacked pillows in the corner. You set up the perfect little nest. And yet, every single night, your cat ignores all of it and climbs onto your bed. Why? Is it just warmth? Is it habit? Or is something far deeper going on? Here is the truth that most cat videos will never tell you. When your cat chooses to sleep beside you, on you, or draped across your chest, they are not making a random decision. They are running a sophisticated biological program millions of years in the making. And every single spot they pick on your bed is a calculated message. By the end of this video, you will be able to read exactly what your cat is telling you tonight. Let us start with the most misunderstood part of this whole thing: safety. Scientists who study cats in multi-pet households made a fascinating discovery. The most dominant, most confident cat in the group always claimed the most exposed resting spot, the open center of the couch, the middle of the floor. Meanwhile, the anxious cats hid in corners. But when the human owner was present, even the most nervous cats ventured out into the open. They rested in exposed spots they would never dare touch alone. Think about what that means. Your presence does not just make your cat feel better. It fundamentally changes what your cat is willing to do. You are not just their companion. You are their security system. And here is the biology behind why that works. Your cat has a secret weapon built into its anatomy. A thin, translucent third eyelid that sweeps horizontally across the eye from the inside corner. Scientists call it the nictitating membrane. When your cat relaxes deeply, the muscles around the eye loosen, the eyeball sinks back just slightly into the socket, and this membrane glides across automatically, like a biological privacy screen. The incredible thing is that it is semi-transparent. Light still gets through. Movement still registers. Your cat, even while resting, is still partially watching the room. But with you there, that internal alarm system gets to dial down. You are the backup defense that lets them finally exhale. Now let us talk about something that gets called warmth, but is actually something much more elegant. Your cat's ancestors came from the deserts of North Africa. Their bodies run hot, around 101.5 degrees Fahrenheit, significantly warmer than yours. And here is the problem with running that hot. When a cat drifts into deep sleep, their internal temperature naturally drops. For a small predator with a blazing fast metabolism, that thermal dip costs real energy. Their body has to burn calories just to stay warm, and those are calories that could be spent on something far more important, like explosive muscle power for hunting. So your cat, in pressing against you in the night, is not being clingy. They are being brilliant. Your body is a living, breathing, radiating heat source. By absorbing your warmth, a cat's nervous system can actually power down its own internal heating system. It conserves energy. It protects muscle fibers. It is a sophisticated act of metabolic intelligence. And your cat has been doing it since before you even knew you had a relationship. Now here is where it gets really interesting. Because where your cat sleeps on your bed is a completely different story from why they sleep there at all. The first position to understand is the feet. You probably assumed this one means your cat is a little bit independent, a little bit standoffish, keeping their distance, and that is only partially true. Scientists studying the sleeping patterns of cats found something remarkable. About 2/3 of domestic cats show a strong preference for sleeping on their left side when they are in these exposed, watchful positions. And that is not random. When a cat rests on their left side, their left eye, the one with the unobstructed view of the room, feeds information directly into the right hemisphere of the brain. And the right hemisphere is the brain's specialist for detecting threats and triggering a fight or flight response. Your cat sleeping at the foot of your bed, facing the door, lying on their left side, is not being distant. They are standing guard. You are the sleeping general, and they are the sentry. The second position is near your head, and this one reveals a level of intimacy that most people never fully appreciate. Your scalp and face are absolutely saturated in your biological scent. Thousands of tiny glands in your skin emit a chemical signature that is uniquely yours. Cats, on the other hand, have scent glands on their cheeks, their lips, and their foreheads. And when a cat sleeps pressed against your face and head, bumping you with their chin or their cheek, they are doing something ancient and profound. They are blending their scent with yours. They are creating what researchers call a family scent, a unified chemical signature that says to your cat's nervous system, "This is safe, this is mine, this is home." There is also a developmental layer to this that will stop you in your tracks. When kittens are born, they navigate entirely by scent. They find their mother's warmth, her heartbeat, her breath, all by smell alone. The memory of that scent, that specific combination of heat and chemical comfort near the head of their caregiver, is one of the earliest safety signals ever burned into their brain. When your adult cat wedges itself against your face tonight, part of them is reaching back through their entire life to the very first feeling of being completely safe. And they found it in you. The third position is on your legs, wedged in the crevice between them. And this one is about something that humans pay real money to recreate. When a cat tucks itself between the weight of your legs, it is seeking sustained physical pressure on its body. That steady, firm contact on their flanks, their back, their sides, triggers the proprioceptive system, the part of the nervous system that tells the body where it is in space. And when the proprioceptive system is stimulated in this way, something remarkable happens. The body begins to shift from sympathetic mode, the high-alert fight-or-flight state, into parasympathetic mode, the deep rest and restore state. Cortisol drops, serotonin rises. The nervous system, essentially, lets go. This is the exact same mechanism behind weighted blankets for humans, and your cat figured it out on their own. Your legs are their weighted blanket, except better, because yours are warm and alive. Now we arrive at the fourth position, the one that is the most intimate, the most vulnerable, and the most biologically extraordinary of all. On your chest. When a cat lies directly on your chest, they can feel your lungs move. They can feel your heartbeat against their entire body, and that specific experience, that steady, rhythmic oscillation of breath and heartbeat, triggers something deep in their memory. It is the exact sensory environment they experienced as a newborn, piled against their mother and their littermates, tiny hearts beating, lungs rising, warmth radiating in every direction. On your chest, your cat is not just resting. They are returning to the safest sensory memory their brain contains. But here is the part that will absolutely blow your mind. This is not a one-way transaction. When a cat is truly content, they purr. And that purr is not just a cute sound. It is a precisely calibrated vibration falling between 25 and 150 hertz, a frequency range that clinical studies have shown to be medically therapeutic. That range has been demonstrated to promote soft tissue healing, reduce inflammation, and even stimulate the production of bone-building cells. But most incredibly, through a neurological process called entrainment, your cat's purr physically synchronizes with your vagus nerve, the long highway of the nervous system that connects the brain to the heart, the lungs, and the gut. When that entrainment happens, your cardiovascular system actually begins to mirror the rhythm of the purr. Your blood pressure drops, your cortisol level falls. Your body is being gently, measurably healed. Your cat sleeping on your chest is not just an act of love, it is an act of mutual biological medicine. Now here is something that most cat videos will never bring up. Your cat does not just sense where you are. While you sleep, They are chemically reading who you are in that exact moment. A cat's nose contains around 200 million scent receptors. Yours has about 5 million. And even while resting, cats are continuously monitoring the invisible chemical environment through a specialized organ inside their nasal cavity that bypasses conscious smell entirely and feeds chemical information directly into the brain's emotional center. Here is where it gets stunning. Recent research has shown that cats can detect the specific chemical markers of human stress and fear in our sweat. When they pick up those stress compounds, they instinctively switch to breathing primarily through their right nostril, which activates the right hemisphere of the brain, the hemisphere responsible for intense emotional processing and heightened alertness. Your cat, sleeping beside you, is reading your anxiety before you are even consciously aware of it. And science has now confirmed something even more significant about the nature of this bond. For decades, researchers assumed cats were aloof, self-serving creatures that merely tolerated humans for the food bowl. Then, psychologists applied a test originally designed to measure infant attachment to cats. They placed cats in unfamiliar, stressful environments with and without their owners. And the results shattered the stereotype completely. The vast majority of cats, when frightened, did not hide or run. They retreated to their owner, physically pressed against them, calmed down, and then found the courage to go explore the room. Just like a toddler. Just like a dog. Your cat does not sleep in your bed because it is convenient. Your cat sleeps in your bed because you are their secure base, the biological anchor to which their entire nervous system is tethered. There is one more layer to this, and it is one that might make you look at your cat very differently in the morning. If you share your bed with a partner or another pet, and your cat constantly claims the spot nearest to you, growls when something approaches, or physically blocks access to your side of the bed, that is not bad behavior. That is your cat resource guarding. And here is the twist. The resource they are guarding is you. Research in veterinary behavioral medicine has identified that many cats cognitively classify their human as their highest value, most critical territorial asset, the source of food, safety, warmth, and neurochemical reward. In multi-cat households, this hierarchy plays out silently every single night. The dominant cat sleeps on the chest or near the head. The subordinate cats sleep at the periphery or on the floor. If your cat is sleeping right next to your face while the other cat is at the foot of the bed, you now know exactly what that means. So the next time you feel guilty about not providing a fancier cat bed, or you feel vaguely amused that your cat completely ignores every cozy setup you create, understand what is really happening. Your cat has run a complex biological calculation involving thermoregulation, evolutionary memory, neurochemical safety, scent mapping, and attachment theory. And the conclusion of that calculation, every single night, is you. They are not settling for you. You are the answer. When a cat lowers its guard, closes its ancient predatory eyes, and rests its full weight on your chest, it has decided, at the deepest biological level possible, that you are the safest place in the world. That is not a small thing. That is the whole thing. If this gave you a new way to see the creature sleeping next to you tonight, hit that like button. It helps this channel more than you know. If you want to keep going deeper into the science of cats, subscribe and come back. And drop a comment below. Where does your cat sleep on your bed? I want to know.